What you're about to witness is extreme fishing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Stay tuned, guys. It's gonna be good. I hope we get into a bunch like that. Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of LT Outdoors on the Ice. Today we're out chasing after some bluegills. We're gonna see if we can get into some nice ones. It seems like it's been getting pretty packed here and might have been overfished, but we'll see what we can get. Got the old new ultralight rod here by HT. Widowmaker jig with a wax worm, and we're going to see if we can get into some. So stay tuned, guys. It might be an exciting episode. Ooh, there we go. Yeah. A better fish. Not bad at all right there. Sweet. Yep, so far today all we've been getting is little ones. I'm hoping they're going to start moving in like this. I'd like to get a nice meal. Boy, he swallowed that tungsten. Cool. Oh, that fish broke me. Look at that. Snapped me off on the ice. Felt like a good one. Oh yeah, see, that's what we're after. I threw that one back from earlier. That's a pig. There we go. Yep, so I'm going to move the shanty over here. I had to do some hole hopping to find the good fish, but I think I'm on them now. Ooh. Feels like a good one. Yeah, a little better fish there. Yeah. Ooh. That guy's probably 7 inches too, so we're going to put him back. See, I'm hole hopping, guys. What you do, which this is the best way to fish. It's kind of tricky today because it's so cold that my eye keeps freezing up on my rod real quick, but ooh, that's a good fish. Yeah, that's what we're after. That's a big one. But hole hopping, you just bounce hole to hole. It's best to drill a bunch of holes beforehand, like I got right now, and pretty much you just bounce, you find the fish, you catch some fish, and then when the fish move on, you move on with them. Keep on following the fish. They move a lot, especially the bigger ones. They move in schools, and they kind of, usually that's the pike that pushes them around, but you want to stay on them the best you can. When a fish hits it and it's real quick little taps, you know it's something small. Usually the big panfish, it's always a solid thump. was a little one. He grabbed it and ran real quick. There's a bunch down there. Hopefully they're not all little. Yeah, bunch of babies. Now when the fish are down there, you don't want to mess around, that's for sure. You got to get back down as quick as you can, because I mean, sometimes they're only down there for a couple minutes and then they move, and then you got to follow them again. It can be a pain, but sometimes it's totally worth it. I've taken limits of fish before just bouncing a couple holes back and forth. Hey everybody, if you're like me, you can't afford minnows all the time. And, you know, it seems like when you try to save the minnows, they usually don't make it. Especially up here in the north, because we get the harsh winters with all the cold and they freeze. I tried for years, I battled with trying to keep my minnows safe. And I finally think I figured out something, the right way to do it. It's been about 3 years now I've been doing this, and I'll tell you, I can keep minnows for at least a week time. So if I make sure I buy in bulk. I'll go out and get 5-6 dozen minnows. They'll last me at least a week, sometimes 2 weeks. This year especially, it's actually better. My buddy bought me this Bluegill minnow bucket here. It's got a built-in aerator, which the built-in aerator is kind of already kicked out, I think. It wasn't the greatest, but that's why the quiet bubbles is always good to have on hand. That's made by Bluegill, I believe. Marine metal products, quiet bubbles. But yeah, this is a great bucket. It's really well insulated, which is what you need to keep it from freezing. It'll still freeze up, but I'll tell you, as long as you've got that bubbler going, it keeps it an open hole so that the minnows don't lose their oxygen. That's the big thing. If it freezes up solid on you, you don't have very long before they're going to die. And you also want to keep swapping out the water, but that's easy to do. If you get out fishing during the week, while you're out there, dump most of the water out, get rid of any dead minnows, and I use my ice scoop. I'll sit there and scoop water. You know, it takes a little bit, but I'll scoop it into the bucket, and then boom, they got fresh, clean water. But what I did is, I've got this big old cooler right here. This is something like you see on the side of a football field where they get their drinks out of there, or the water boy. He had something like this. Drilled a couple holes in here because at one point I had 2 aerators running, but it works great. I can put this minnow bucket inside of this. This is highly insulated, so boom, you've got that insulation plus the minnow bucket insulation. I run my aerator hose through here, and then I've got an extra bubbler right here. This is just an old one picked up at a yard sale. You can get these almost anywhere. But I just hook this bubbler up to that, plug her in, and boom, she's running. You got happy minnows, and they're going to last a while. So I hope I was able to help you with that tip. Keep those minnows alive, and make sure you keep those lines tight, guys. Ooh, that's a good one. No, just a fighter. That was a heck of a fighter. Probably been caught before. He says, no, not again. Ooh. Oh no, what happened? Something happened with the line. Good fish though. There we go. Oh, the drag's getting messed up. Yep, bunch of babies. So that's another thing, guys. If you start getting a whole bunch of little ones one after another like that, time to move on, because usually the big ones, they kind of hang in their own little groups or they're individuals. Oh boy. Ah, man, that hurts. Oh yeah, that fish just pulled hard. Ooh, he's got me at the end of my spool here. Yeah, he took out a lot of line. Of course, probably been on there a while. It feels like a good fish. Oh, there he goes. It's funny, fish see the holes and they're like, oh no, not this. Yeah, he might be a keeper. It's a pike. Yeah, he'd be pushing it. Let's see. Got the hook in a weird spot. I'm gonna have to get the pliers, folks. Alright, managed to get the hook out using my keys, car keys. I don't think he's legal, guys. He might be, but he's kind of small, so he's going back. Let him get bigger. Yeah, just another little gill. Hey, that's a little better. Still not quite keeper, but getting there. Next year. That's a little fish. Ooh, that hit pretty hard. Ah, just a little one again. He whacked that Widowmaker good though, I'll tell you.